Good evening and welcome to it. This is Sports Socket 6 Univen FM 99.8, the station that begins with you. My name is TJ. Welcome, Machines. Thank you so much for making time once again. Big up to all the presenters who have been doing an amazing work since 3 o'clock, Rotlas and Muchizi on UCD Univen Community Drive. And of course, all the presenters who have been doing amazing work since this morning from the Univen breakfast show until where we are. This is Sports Socket 6. We do this from Monday to Friday between 6 and 7. Of course, KDC, of course, of the one work done behind closed doors by the one and only Murobedzi Rokunda, the producer of this show. He's here, of course, tonight with us. Rokunda, good evening and welcome to the show once again as the producer. And what do we have tonight?
Namusi vaticheliso teto dzoro wala roinga na zwavudi rina tu zwinji zwavudi nga manda rone avo koteyo ya kwitu pazika motorado vatichelesa.
Stay where you are. Of course, an abundance of information, but I'm excited because of what has just happened today. We were at the University of Univen, the tennis courts. We spoke about it, and I told you yesterday, we spoke to the leaders, of course, at the venue where Ronewa is going to have his fundraising, which is, of course, Munati, which is located at the Punda Maria Road. That's what's going to be happening. But, of course, we said he cannot exhibit tennis at the University of Univen, the tennis court, and not come to the studio to chat to us. We've had a good one. I told you, that, of course, that we're going to meet. We spoke about it, I think, a month ago. Even, I think, last year we spoke about it, that we're going to meet one day in the court. And we met in the court and things happened. But of course, I'm with him now, right at the studio. We're excited to have him. And there's a lot, of course, that's going to be unpacking to us. Ronewa, it is indeed a wonderful pleasure, at least for the first time, to have you in our studios. We've been talking telephonically. We met so many times. But now we're talking. Welcome to the show and good night.
Thank you so much for TJ and Namupelezi. And I'm so happy to be here today, finally. Yeah, so I'm so happy to be here.
Well, when people, of course, you can say I'm a bit shy, is because of the shirt that we've just had from the court. We did it a bit, and I'm sure I saw the forehand. You spoke about it. I could see. What was your reaction, of course, after the way the University of Venda Sports and Recreation desk welcomed you to the university, the reception, the students, everybody was just there to talk, to greet you and take pictures with you. What was like to experience that?
Oh, it was amazing, to be honest. It was amazing, and and I never thought it was Dobanga in the, but it was something amazing, and I'm so humbled. And thank you, University of Venda, students and all the management from sports, and to be honest, and I feel like home now, and I will always come here, and yeah, this is my home now, and thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, I saw you were tempted when we were at the court to say this is gotta be an annual thing. I could feel there's a need, maybe to make awareness that even though you are physically challenged, but it does not mean that you cannot do anything. So when you see others doing something, that should motivate you, that should encourage you. I know it's premature, but I'm sure you are beginning to like the idea of like interacting with the university going forward to see what can you do for them, for the sport, and what can they do for you for the sport going forward.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think this is gonna be a good maybe partnership between me and the university to make the sports grow, and to make awareness, and maybe one day should have a sports day for people living with disability, and I think going forward we will be able to achieve more, and in terms of making sure that people living with disability can be part of sports, and even for the university, and to visit maybe a special school for kids living with disability, and then just to talk to them and to let them know that we support people living with disability. We're able to accommodate them, but I feel like the university now is in their hands to make sure that this is possible, and I can say it, but to find that maybe there's nothing
Yeah.
But I think now university it does something about it, and we need to see the sports growing. Like we have we talk about tax, tax in Pretoria, what they do for when it comes to sports, and I'm telling you, university can be there. We can have lot of athletics here, and we can, when we mix it with sports of people living with disability, we can go far together. And I think from now on we have to sit down and make this dream reality. And I'm so happy, to be honest, to be here. I'm so happy.
Now, this is the second fundraising that you're doing. You did one in Joburg. Now, tell our listeners, why are you doing this fundraising?
In tennis, it's individual sports, and for me to play tournaments, I should have sponsors. And to be honest, I don't have a sponsor now. The main sponsor would support me financially to travel the world, Even though I have Decathlon South Africa, which support me with sports equipment, I have the back clinic in Sandton, which support me with my back pain from my back. But for me to play tournaments, it's been hard. And I have to have funding. And alone, I can't be able to make it. But with people's support, I can go far. They must know that that donation that they're making, it's not for me to live soft life.
Okay.
I've got a job, and I just need the support only for tennis.
Yeah.
You can imagine, like, for flight to go to South Korea, it's 26,000. I have to pay entry fees. In tennis you have to pay entry fees. I have to pay for accommodation. So if people are supporting me, this is possible for me to travel, and for me to always inspire, people living with disability. And I just want to continue doing that until I have that thing in my hand and say, I've made it now, I'm living my legacy now, and
I've got a trophy to show. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Now, what are we looking at in terms of figures, and how many tournaments do you intend to participate in this year?
This year I want to visit 3 countries, and it's 9 tournaments,
In total,
In total, if I can be able to play all those 9 tournaments, I'm telling you, I can see myself far end of this year. There's 4 tournaments in South Korea end of March, and there is 2 tournaments in June to Malaysia, and there is 4. Firstly, in South Korea it's 3 tournaments,
Okay.
and then Malaysia is 2 tournaments in June, and then 4 tournaments November in Turkey.
Okay.
And nice thing is that the first one in South Korea is in hard court. I practice in hard court, which is good. And June is hard court. I practice in hard court, which is good. But the one in Turkey around November is clay court. So So I was in Turkey last year. So me being Turkey again end of this year, it can boost my rankings end of the year. So
Now, what are we looking at in terms of the figures? How much in total does all these tournaments require for you to participate?
In all these tournaments, I need budget of 200,000 total. I know it's a lot, but I feel like I'll be able to reach the target. If I can be able to play all these 9 tournaments, and it will be good for me.
What's going to be happening tomorrow as a form of fundraising? What's going to be happening? What do you expect to people who want to support your vision and your legacy?
Tomorrow we're doing fundraising at Mnandi Chicken, Pundamaria Road, and I've approached management at Mnandi Chicken, and they say, Ronewa, we are giving you a venue for free. You can do your event. I've been organizing all things by myself. You can imagine I'm in Joburg, and I was approaching artists who are willing to come and support me. And it's not easy to approach artists for free to come and support you,
because they're also working themselves.
Yes, and but I was just happy with the feedback. Like, whenever we know you want to come and support, your dream. So we'll be having artists like Dr. Colbert Mukwebo, Kakati, Gospa, and many more. So what we'll be doing tomorrow is that the entrance, you don't have to buy a ticket to come there. It's for free. And then what we'll be doing there is that you can come with any amount that you have. You know, it can be 20 rand, 30 rand, 50 rand, more. You know, and we're gonna be having a lot of games there. We're gonna be having a lot of activities. There's many T-shirts. I will be there tomorrow, having my face. And for you to get that T-shirt, there's gonna be activities, and you're gonna get a T-shirt signed by me. You know, so I'm hoping that tomorrow it will go well. And people they've been saying, when I come to Venda, we need to support you home. Now I'm at home, so I just need to see from people and the one who requested me to come.
I'm sure of course you have publicized this on all your socials, your TikTok, your Facebook. It's everywhere. Now, what was the response there on the social for the people when they now learn that you're coming down here to do this thing?
Oh, the response was amazing, to be honest. The response was amazing, and I've been pushing this on social media. I've been pushing, and people they've been saying, oh, I wish if it doesn't rain tomorrow, and the weather's going to be perfect, of course.
So you've checked on that as well.
God always checked at me, yeah. So yeah.
There's one thing, of course. I think that I can't see the young man here, but there's something, you know, which the moment we talk about Ronewa, more especially on TikTok, there's the spice of us there. Like how did that all started? Like the conversations, the interaction, and when do you think like, okay, let me put this man on my TikTok, and then let me share the joy that I'm having with this young man with the rest of South Africa and the world?
We come from the same village.
Okay.
So Asa's dad grew up with my uncle.
Okay.
So they are so close. So because Asa's dad is in Tembisa, me I'm in Joburg at Organic Grove. So every time when I had like issue of emergency, I could call Asa's dad. The other day, I went there. It was last year, July. I had a problem with the tire in the car.
Okay.
And Asa just first day meeting Asa, he was like, I need to go with when I need to use when I was car. I'm like, okay, no problem. And then this boy is talking a lot. Hey, this boy. I remember my wheelchair. He was like, the wheelchair, Ishima mini. I was like, oh, this boy is so talented. Like I could see, no, cannot tie you.
The intelligence there, yeah.
And the general video that day, the general video and it's going to post WhatsApp. This other girl was like, no, we're not tiny. We send TikTok. Oh, and I posted a video on TikTok. I think I wanted 200,000 viewers. I was like, oh, yeah, we're tiny. And then from there, I started to push him and everything. And sometimes, sometimes that's what you expect. Sometimes I always make sure that my phone
it's on camera.
Sometimes it's all coming but
I've lost contact.
And but I'm telling you,
because I can't even do it. It's just a kid.
The boy's memories. I mean, I saw direction over and I'm going to attend this like with the bagage daughters, but I want to share. I mean, like auto time in the moon and wishing I do I work can level so and I was so shaking so. Ungandena mfunanga yo at the other can andanga weekend anya go to go say on me like unya go to kana like that's what they wish for ndake kumumisa zinto no be na futhi that time the Sunday Monday have to go back to work. So yeah
I saw something like when we were getting towards the court and then we were assisting you moving that because that side is not well prepared to allow the free movement for wheelchair. But I couldn't believe like the guts that Asa had to just say, no, guys, step aside. I'm gonna push Ronewa. And young as it is, and I felt like touched, like this guy's got so much love and respect for you.
No, he's got so much love for me. And what I love about him is that he already understand my situation. Like he understand that I can do this, I can do this. I remember the other day he was sleeping. He was like, Ronewa, are you not feeling pain? You see, move away straight now. I was so tired and it's so amazing. And last 3 weeks back, the visitor at the center for people who are living with disability in Pretoria said it's a social move. And it was his first day meeting, but when they can speak, they can move on their wheelchair and everything. And he was so touched, like ambudzisa ikona wait time nikabala bathu basafana, you know. And I couldn't answer that, you know, because I don't want to he do a lot of movement, but he's learning on that. Like now, actually, when I'm trying to have disability, I'm telling you, he will never ask his dad and mom, boy, all them take a wheelchair, because he's learning. You know, what I'm going to Zimoloni, actually, when I'm trying wheelchair, via Mangal and Amanda, I was telling me, Ma, call them to ATM. But as now, the Mutuane, Ukosiguda and everything, and he's still young, you know. It's so amazing.